Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome back to the channel, and hopefully you'll stick around for a quick video. Okay, so I've been thinking for quite a while about what I wanted to say in this video, which is why you'll see me referencing some of my notes, because I have some things prepared. But today we're going to talk about dysphoria. And I'm not going to talk about the textbook definition of what dysphoria is as far as that goes. I may give like a brief overview. I'm not going to talk about diagnosis criteria. You can look that up for yourself in the DSM if you want to. And there are more than enough lovely shrinks who will try to describe everything, and I'm not putting that down, but what I want to talk more about is the actual experience. So let me start by saying that I am most certainly not on board with the true scum or trans medicalist ideology. It's not my job to police everyone else's identities. I'm not them. I can't possibly understand their experience or their feelings. I don't claim to understand what it means to be trans without dysphoria. That's not because I am criticizing those people who don't have it, but because it is part of my experience. But it's not my job to tell you that you're not. If you feel that this is who you are, and you go, well, I'm trans, I know I'm trans, but I don't experience dysphoria, I accept that at face value. Because the only person in your own mind is you. You're the only person who can know your experience. Having said that, dysphoria has been a significant part of my personal experience as a trans person. It's the main reason that I chose my breast augmentation, and I'm really happy that I did that. That surgery definitely helped me with my dysphoria about my chest, and that was well worth it. But if I'm to be completely honest with you, and that's what I want to be in this video, I've struggled recently, quite a bit, to be honest with you. And the reason I hadn't talked about it before is it can be hard for me to do that because I don't want to just show the negatives of being trans. I want people to be able to feel positive about it, to be proud of who they are. And I guess I try to present myself in a certain way to you guys. I said in an earlier video that alleviating the chest dysphoria, while it was great, just kind of allowed my brain to focus in, to zero in on the bottom dysphoria. And honestly, my bottom dysphoria over the last several months has probably been at the worst it's ever been, at least since I have been able to accept who I am. I really don't know if I'm ever going to be able to find the proper words to describe the way it makes a person feel, or the way it makes me feel. Hopeless, disgusted, those are certainly two of the words that come to mind for me. If you don't experience it, it can be hard to understand. Um, because there is this absolute revulsion to an aspect of your physical body. I do everything I can to avoid it. I refuse to look down when I'm dressing or when I'm in the bath. I use bubble bath just so I can hide as much as I can. You know, even when I had my breast augmentation surgery, one of the things that had me the most concerned was being undressed for surgery and not being able to have, well, underwear on. And, you know, I just didn't want to have to deal with that. I even told my best friend that I wanted her to be the one to help me get dressed, not a nurse, and to make sure as best she could that I saw nothing, because it was such an important moment in my life to finally be getting that surgery that I really didn't want it ruined by seeing that and feeling, I don't even know how to put it, but just feeling so inadequate as a person. So, you know, it's a really hard topic for me to talk about on a personal level, but I want to try to get it out there as much as possible so you guys can see an honest representation. You know, people tell you, well, you just got to think about something else. And that is so much easier said than done when you're in that moment, when you're in that zone. You know, I sat the other night, and I can't even tell you why it started playing through my mind, but it just absolutely destroyed my night. I was in tears by the time it was over with. I was having anxiety attacks. I was miserable that night, and it was all centralized around my bottom dysphoria. So it is difficult, and I don't know how to tell you a good way to deal with it. You know, I try to distract myself when I can. When I'm having those bad moments, I try to put on a movie that I enjoy watching, or I'll say, forget this, I'm going to bed, and I'll sleep it off. But there are times when it's overwhelming. And the whole reason I wanted to make this video is I wanted you guys to know, the other trans people who might be watching, that even those of us who might seem like we've got it all together, we've got this whole thing, this wild ride all figured out, we don't. We absolutely don't. I talk to people all the time, both through these videos, people that'll reach out to me, people in the community that I've kind of become a contact point for if there's anybody who's struggling with gender identity and needs someone to talk to. And I'm more than willing to talk to them and share my experiences. But I can't tell you that I've got it all figured out. I'm doing exactly like you guys are, and I'm kind of playing it from ear to ear, day to day. And there are really good days, and there are really, really bad days. But all I can do, and all you can do, is push through them. You know, push through to that next day, if that day you're in is so miserable. If you got to sleep it off, sleep it off. But don't give up hope. Don't lose, and I know how hopeless it feels in those moments. But keep pushing through, because in those moments of dysphoria, when it's really bad, when the depression, the anxiety, all of that hits, it feels like there's no escape. like it's just never going to end. But it does. You just have to push through. Yeah, it'll probably come back again. It'll hit you again. But you keep pushing through. But I just want you to know, if you're struggling, don't look at us online and go, wow, why can't I be like that? I'm so inferior because I'm struggling so much, and look, they've got it all put together. No, we don't. We have our moments of falling apart too. Sometimes we just choose not to show it. I chose not to show it. And even on this video, I didn't make it the other night when I was in a really bad spot. I needed to wait a couple of days until I was back in a good place, to where, or at least a better place, so that I could talk to you about it. So that's basically the video. I just want each and every one of you guys to know that I appreciate you for watching the channel, for watching the videos, that I can't get the opportunity to talk to each and every one of you. But if you're struggling, know that you're not struggling alone. Know that there are people out there who do care about you. Seek the help if you need it. Do what you've got to do to pull through. So, ending with my quote from Kesha, don't let the bastards get you down. Hold your head up high. Push through this. Better days are coming. Even when you have that worst day, it will get better. Until the next video, guys, lots of love, and bye-bye.